you been bullied?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you been bullied? Ben? Oh, I know you've been bullied. I've been bullied, and it hurt. And on a scale of 1 to 10, I was salty as crap. But my swag overcame it, so no worries. But bullies are low-life criminals anyways, and they just enjoy hurting people. And the anti-bullying laws enacted by the U.S. successfully bounced these bullies to fines and jail time. But, yeah. And the laws make it so that the bullies will face fine. Okay, so that. The state defines bullies as a written, oral, or electronic communication that's based on any actual perceived differentiating characteristic. With a law that truly outlines bullying, we will be able to keep bullies out of school and out of our lives, kind of like Ben. But imagine your siblings crying and suffering in life just because of a bully like Ben. And even though you keep trying to talk to them, they eventually end it all. And heartache and suffering begin for everyone in the family and everyone around them. And it's all because of Ben. And bullying doesn't just affect the victims. Bullying doesn't just affect the victims, but anti-bullying laws will keep your little brother or sister safe, which allow them to live in a consistently joyful and social childhood. Isn't it nice to know your siblings will live in a safe and happy life? I think it's pretty satisfying. And no one really wants to be bullied anyway, so why did anyone do it then? But obviously, the only real way to make these bullies stop is by enforcing the laws that the Kentucky State has put in place. And it's just like the Golden Rule says: treat others the way you want to be treated. And it's apparent now that bullying is not accepted, and it won't be then. Suicide is the third leading cause of death for young people. That equates to about 16,000 students a year committing suicide, and over 160,000 attempting it. And bullying is an epidemic and is increasing each year because of access to electronics. And then laws that protect children will ultimately be able to help those students going through struggle, and hopefully they can relate to these people. I got this from bullyingstatistics.org. I know you may think that bullying is a part of life, and that dealing with adversity, that dealing with adversity makes you mature as a man or as a woman, but it doesn't need to be a big part of their life. If pain and agony can be avoided, then why not at least try to avoid it? Bullying isn't required to grow up, so bullying in itself is senseless and beyond belief that it's still around. I'm right, you're wrong, Ben. And with anti-bullying laws, you won't be scared to live anymore. The only thing you'll have to fear is fear itself.
Thank you very much. All right. Brad, whenever you are ready, why don't you define bullying?
All right.
He's a bully.
Okay.
You go ahead. Hey, get us done, bud.
Okay. So we live in a society today where in children's activities and sports, trophies aren't even given to the winners. But we give a trophy to every little child that participated because we don't want to hurt little Johnny's feelings because he wasn't good enough to win. We live in a place where scores aren't kept at some sports games because we don't want to make a kid feel bad because his team is losing. We also live in a society where vintage American classic games like tag, dodgeball, and kickball aren't even being played at recess in the fear that a little child might get hurt. That kind of attitude is being enforced by the man at the top of this country, Barack Obama, public enemy number one. He's like a jellyfish, no spine, no guts. This chain of coddling to our children works its way all the way down the ladder to Congress, local administrators, schools, principals, teachers, everyone in the system, and so on. And also, when you speak with older generations of people about this issue, they flip out and go crazy because in the time they grew up in, it was more of a tough place. They despised the way that this country is going down the drain. Pride, morals, everything that built this country, our founding fathers, everything they established is going down the drain. And I strongly believe that all of this is most apparent through the issue of bullying. In the words of a wise friend, bullying is natural selection. Only the strong will survive. If you're going to sit there and let someone bash you and insult you, then that's your fault. Okay? No, seriously, take a stand. Be tough. Well, what's it going to get you if you're constantly, oh, I'm going to go tell this kid because he called me a name, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to get you anywhere. When you have a job, when you're older, you're trying to support a family, your boss gets in your face, he's yelling at you, he's spitting, he's cussing. How are you going to respond? Are you going to go back to your roots that you came up with, being coddled, tattling? No. You do that, you're not going to last. It's tough out there. Unemployment, it's tough. It's not an easy place to make it. I mean, if you can't take it, you'll lose your job, your family, your career. You're going to end up on welfare. Also, I'd like to mention the cyberbullying issues. If everyone would observe up to the front of the class.
Oh, you're going to pull some great.
As you see right now, as everyone can see, my phone is turned on. Okay? Now, if someone happens to send me a message that makes me feel bad, you know what I can do? It doesn't take Einstein to figure this out. Hit the lock button and turn off the cellular device so I cannot continue to be harassed. That's how you handle that kind of a problem. I strongly believe in sticks and stones will break my bones. Don't think I'm up here being like, okay, go bash this kid Brandon. I'm not saying go bash kid Brandon with a hammer because he gave you a weird look. I'm just strongly saying that words, it's taken out of proportion. Everyone thinks that any kind of insult should be like taken into legal action and all that kind of stuff. What does it teach us? What does it teach? You can't mature as a kid if you're constantly just running away from your problems. You cannot become socially competent by hiding, staying away from the mainstream. Society is rough. You can't hide. You have to take it head on. According to a UCLA study, for those of you who don't know, that's a major university, so this isn't some bullcrap. Like, these results are legitimate. Children who stood up to aggressors are more mature and socially competent among 11 and 12-year-olds. So my take is 11 and 12, I mean, that's the young generation that's going to make this country into what it is in the later generations because, well, we're at a bad place right now because of Obama. So if these kids learn, if we have a different mentality, if someone comes in with tough, more radical ideas, push away all the babiness, the coddling. Well, there's some other words I could use, but I can't say in class because it's inappropriate. But it all starts with the younger generations. We need to get into their minds ideas that... Alright, okay. If you can't learn to grow up and be a man and a woman, not a boy and a girl, then we will crumble and wither away while other countries take us over as the pinnacle of domination on this planet. Come on, I was at 5
It's okay, I'm gonna be alright with that. Alright. Let's bring it back to 0. And you guys have a minimum of 2.5 minutes. We will start with a comment from Grant, and you guys have to drive it. Max of 5. So, Grant, whenever you want to begin, T-Rap will start.
Okay. Then how is making people feel like complete-ish? When does that become acceptable? How has that ever been acceptable? Back in the day, the people you were talking to, what were they considered?
The elderly generation.
Elderly. Okay, let's say elderly. I'm gonna bet $50. Well, I'll bet $3,000. But I'm gonna bet that they were the bullies. They weren't even the one being bullied.
Are you taking this personal shot at my face? Well, that makes you a bully. He's taking shots. Sorry. How does that make him any better than anything he's been describing? He just bullied me.
You just came at me. You hit me. and I just stood there and you hit me, okay? So now that we're done with that, in the real world, no one's gonna come up and start splitting your face like you're racist. All right? There's a thing called professionalism in the world. No one's gonna go around breaking everything like that.
Okay, what if you come off, okay, let's say you're coming off a bad breakup. You're down. You come into work with, I'm not coming off, okay. You come into work with your attitude's bad. You come into work, that attitude affects the workplace. The place goes under. Your job suffers. Okay, let's say you're handling accounting. You make a little mistake on the taxes. The company starts getting investigated by the IRS. You know what that boss is going to do? He's going to go up and get in your face and let you know that you caused that problem. That's what the world's about. You have to take responsibility, and you know what? If the boss comes up and gets in my face, that's going to motivate me to work harder and improve myself. Okay? I'm not going to run away from a problem. I'm going to face it head on. That's what Americans do. But not in this country. Not with people like Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. They're controlling. They control it. They're running it into the ground with these ideals. We can't even go outside and play kickball or recess because somebody might get hurt. That just teaches horrible lessons to everyone involved.
Yeah, do you want someone to get hurt? It sounds like you just want kids to die.
I don't want
natural selection. Let's just go shoot everybody in the head. You're not even sad.
I don't want kids. Okay, it teaches toughness.
How does it teach toughness if
fall
they're
on the
dead,
ground.
Ben?
You fall on the ground and scrape up your knee during a little kickball accident at recess.
Okay.
So okay, so what? Okay,
If you push me down, yeah,
if the
it's bullying.
kid goes inside and cries like a little baby to the nurse, if he goes in and cries like a little baby to the nurse, he's going to continue that pattern into life. Oh, my boss yelled at me. I mean, it doesn't change. If you're brought up in that kind of environment with those kinds of ideals engulfing your personal existence, then you're not going to change.
There is professionalism in real life. Is there professionalism, Miss Lennon? Is anybody come up and spit in your
Not
face?
spit in your face, but if you cause a problem, they're going to let you know it.
Okay.
That you're not going to hold back, okay? They're going to tell you what. That's what I, as an employer, as an employee, I want my employer to be honest with me. He can bully me. He can say whatever he wants. Because if I mess up, I want to know it. I don't want him to hide from the truth because he's scared. Grant?
What'd you say? It's a lot of. It's pretty quick. But if you're gonna hide from the truth, I mean, you probably shouldn't hide from me, Ben. Why are you looking down, bud? You know, look me in the eye. There you go. Ben, I just don't get. I'm still hung up. I'm still hung up on that natural selection comment.
Okay,
I mean,
natural selection.
You're saying people should die, Ben.
No, I'm not saying people
Well,
should
if
die.
they can't make it, or if they can't make it in the real world, I mean, natural selection.
But if you can't handle some words, then why are you here? Why are you here? No, nothing's perfect. You're gonna get criticized. You're gonna make mistakes.
I'm not saying everyone's perfect, okay? Like you said, not everyone's perfect, right? Okay? Some people need to be in the same
Some people
society.
need to be
Just
put
saying.
into line if we're screwing up.
Bullying is when you cross the line. I mean, you know, the line, I guess it differentiates, you know, from generation to generation. Well, you know, there's that line, you know, where like punching people, spitting in people's face, calling them a slut or a whore, you know.
Some people are that. Okay, hey, why should we? No. Why should we? No,
Ben! Oh my God! You can't just say that. That's someone's daughter.
Yeah, and you know what? Why didn't the parent raise them better values?
Because maybe she's a little bit different. I mean, not everyone's perfect, like you said.
Maybe if you are a slut or a whore, maybe if you're anything, maybe you need to be told. Maybe they don't know.
Everyone
Maybe
should still be treated the
people
exact
need to
same,
let
Ben.
them know. People need to let them know about their wrongdoings in life.
How is it a wrongdoing? I
If
mean,
you're
maybe she
sheltered
was
the
just
whole life,
born
if
one.
no one
It's
ever
not
let
her
you know
fault.
anything that you're doing wrong, then what are you going to do when you're in a job or in a real situation?
You're gonna deal with it like a normal person. You don't need to be bullied and told you're a slut, a whore, you get beat up. You don't need to have that be done to you.
It makes you stronger.
No, it doesn't, Ben. No, it doesn't. Okay, my dad wasn't bullied as a kid. I mean, he's a pretty good guy now. If you know him. I mean, he turned out pretty well.
I'm starting to think you voted for Obama.